Cool. So you jump in?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it immediately like steep or?
It is straight down.
Okay. Is it cold?
So the surface isn't too cold. Gets colder on your way down. And you go down. You're just straight up able to breathe underwater, or is it like a certain time frame?
I am able to breathe underwater.
Cool. Yeah, so you're going down, and you get down about halfway. You see that it keeps going down, but there is like a tunnel offshoot around the walls. It's really dark down there, but you can see that at least.
Okay, I'm gonna tug so I can discuss this further.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull her up. I'll also be swimming, but like.
Yep.
But like, I don't pull her up because I'm like, something's happening.
I'm like,
Are you okay? Are you
sorry,
okay?
yes, sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought by like tugging very calmly that would help, but we didn't communicate the like urgency of tugs, and that's what's on me. I'm okay. I wanted to discuss what I saw.
Okay.
There's a tunnel. About how far down was how much rope had extended? You would know because you were up there. So we have about 150 with
50.
if it's 3
140 down
Yeah.
because it's tied to the tree. This was about 75 feet down.
Okay. So
The tunnel doesn't. Is it stop having water in it or?
no, it looks like there's still water, but it's dark.
Okay.
That would explain why there's still fish there if it's going out to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Why there always seems to be life in there.
Yep.
You found what you were looking for?
No. I think we're still exploring.
Oh, okay.
But,
So nothing. No. Patricia, she doesn't know anything.
I'll go ask her. And then he turns around and as he's walking away, she's like, Patricia!
I don't think I could go that far, and I don't super want you to go down there by yourself.
I mean, if it's what we're looking for. How long was I under for?
Do you have a swimming speed?
I think it's just it would be half my regular speed, so it's 15.
15?
Yeah.
And
If we use the math of like each turn is 6 seconds.
I'm gonna say, because of who you are, if it doesn't specifically say swimming speed, I'll just make it the same as you're walking.
Wow, that's
Because
a huge
you're
boost.
probably really good underwater.
It's a huge
Without
boost.
even really knowing you are,
Mm-hmm.
you...
It came intuitively in a time of need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to get that far,
Well, I mean, if 30
you were
feet, I was
probably
like,
taking your time to.
yeah, because I was
'cause you were
exploring
looking
carefully.
around.
Yeah.
It
Well, I mean, if it's
probably
30
would've
feet
taken
per
you-
turn, then it's like.
Yeah, that would be quick.
That's like.
So like, really, you could have got down there in like 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're taking your time looking around.
Yeah.
So full speed, you would get there in about 15 seconds. But you
Okay.
probably took
like
30,
30
45 seconds, kind of
Yeah.
taking your time going down.
You might, I mean, no disrespect, but you might not be as fast a swimmer as I am since you said that you're not much of a swimmer. How long do you think you can hold your breath?
I'm being a bit modest. I think I can swim pretty fast.
Oh, I was just going off what you said.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I can hold my breath though. Maybe a good minute or so.
Okay, well that's long enough for you to get down there, I'm sure. Did you want to look for yourself? Like, I'll go down with you.
Sure.
But I think we should have our friend, Mac.
As you say that, he's coming out of the tent.
Does he have
and
Patricia with
he's
him?
again, no, he's yelling back into the tent again. And he's like, well, because I didn't know anything was down there. And he comes back. And he's like, no, Patricia didn't know there was jewelry down there, but apparently I'm in trouble now because there's jewelry on this island and I haven't gotten it for her yet.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's just how she is. She'll be over it by tomorrow.
If we find something nice, I'll give it to you.
Thanks.
Why would you promise that?
If
What
we
if we-
find something nice.
Mac, we're going to take a look in the water, both of us. Do you remember what we said about the rope?
What rope?
I can go, and then we can decide if we can go together.
Okay. I think it is good to see how far down you could go.
An experiment.
Yes. I'll take the rope off, tie it around Dietrich.
Okay.
Okay.
And you go down?
Yep.
Cool. So you do not have the same
No.
So you are going to get
If it's half my
half, so you go
speed.
20. So you can make that 75 pretty quickly.
Yeah, and if I dash,
Your breath is going to start getting harder to hold because of the pressure as you get down lower.
and for, again, he was being modest, and so for sake of, so just as a rule, and not you can ixnay it or whatever, but Constitution usually dictates how long someone can hold their breath.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And he has a +2 to his Constitution.
Yeah.
So he can do pretty good, but I understand the pressure
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So I'm going to say, you get to roughly the same area she was. Like, you see the tunnel as well.
Before I start struggling.
And you know, like, you are able to go down further, but you know, however much further you go down, you also have to come back up.
Mm.
And so you're not sure if you could make it
Okay.
down further and up with enough breath.
Okay. He's gonna.
If you want, you can try it and you can go a bit further.
He's gonna try it.
Okay.
And does he see anything else?
You can go before you probably really start to panic and crack under the pressure. Probably another 30 feet, and you still do not see the bottom.
Okay. But like the tunnel. Does he?
Do you want to go in the? Sorry, do you want to go in the
He doesn't
tunnel?
want to go in. He wants to just like peer in if he can.
Okay. Do you have dark vision or anything?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So you would be able to see with the tunnel. Actually, if you have dark vision, you might be able to see the bottom of this pit as well. So through the tunnel is just straight up, like it is like a 10, 15 foot tunnel just out to the sea. Like it's strictly there, fish come in and out. There's nothing exciting
Okay.
about it at all.
Okay.
And then you can see from the 75 feet where, excuse me, where the tunnel is. How far is your dark vision?
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. It is 60.
60 feet?
Yeah.
So we said you got down another, did I say 30 feet?
Yeah.
Cool. So you just, as you get to that 30 feet, just see the bottom. It is still far enough that you can't do a perception check. We'll see what you can make out.
Solid. 22.
22? Cool. So you see that the floor of this pit is almost all bones. But
Just like air escaped you.
sitting in the middle is a jewelry box.
How's he feeling?
At this point, you won't, like, you know you won't be able to get it down and up.
Okay.
Message. How's it going down there? You can think that.
I see a jewelry box, but I have to come back up.
Yeah.
Cool. So you make it back
He
up.
makes
And
it
you
back
like,
up.
gasp.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Take a minute.
Yeah. If you like slump over a little bit and just you go straight down, you'll probably see it.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna wait for you to catch your breath.
Yes,
so we can
Master.
still talk about things.
It's a lot of bones down there, though.
That's not good. Mac, when the people came back up, the ones who did they look hurt?
They look a lot like you look right now, just gasping for breath. None of them ever seemed injured or anything.
And
I don't think they made it down.
They couldn't hold their breath long enough. The bones, were there any that looked recent or like hurt? Just bones, no flesh?
Would it be known? Would it have seen?
You probably would have just seen just bones.
Okay.
Just kind of a...
I mean, there's fish too,
mismatched
so
stuff,
they could have been
bones.
eaten. So that doesn't indicate necessarily what's down there.
Yeah, I'm thinking floating might be healed, you know.
The tunnel, did you see the tunnel?
Looks like it just escapes to the water, so that's always great.
I'm gonna try something to see if I can help the breathing problem. It's not a problem, breathing's good. But, DM,
Yeah.
this is gonna be weird. Let's see if you allow this. I have shape water.
Mm-hmm.
Could I potentially try to shape water around air and hold it so long as my concentration is maintained? Could I do that as a concentration spell?
Like, how do you, like, you want to make it so there's an air bubble around
Yeah,
it?
basically I want to shape water so that air is contained in it.
Yeah, I would allow that. What's your range?
For shape water, I have to be within 100 and sorry, let me look it up. I have to be within 30 feet of wherever that
So
shape
you
thing
would
is.
get 30 feet down without having to hold your breath.
Oh no! Oh, I have to be within 30 feet of wherever I'm casting the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
if I were to leave that range at all, I would have no effect on that area anymore, unless I caused a permanent solution to it. Like if I freeze things, it stays frozen for an hour at least. So here I'll read the.
I just feel like, are you planning to, like, you're staying up and casting it while he goes down?
No, I was planning on trying to go down with
Going
him.
down. Okay,
and
that would be
make
fine.
it
You could maintain
Yeah.
it the whole time, and it would just be
I'm just going to read
concentration.
it. So I can choose an area of water that I can see within range that fits within a 5-foot cube. I can manipulate it in certain ways, so it suggests it. So I can move or change the water or move the shape of it. I can cause the water to form into simple shapes and animate it your direction, for which case I'm trying to like form a bubble. Or I could freeze it. I don't think freezing it would like allow.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good.
I
No,
think
I'll
that
definitely,
freeze around
I'll
there.
definitely allow like an air bubble around him,
Okay.
and we'll just do it as a concentration.
And if I have to do concentration for another spell, it means I will have to drop that one. So, and also I have to remain within 30 feet of you, or it just goes away. Yeah. So that's what I'm proposing. So I assume that Ilayda's just trying to like practice shaping a thing, a bubble in the water. She hasn't done this before, and she's like, "What do you think?
I mean,
Do you want to stick your head in it and see if it works?"
sure.
And he's just like, he just leaves over. Yeah.
I'm like, I think we're okay.
Cool.
All right, you're gonna be a bubblehead.
Okay. So you're both going down. Are you keeping the rope on you?
I think you should have the rope, because at the very least I can breathe if I'm stuck down there.
Sure.
And we'll have to use message to communicate, which means I'll have to initiate communication with you.
Okay.
And if this bubble goes, like try to stay as near me as possible,
Okay.
because if I'm away a certain amount, then it's gonna. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Mac.
Let's practice. Hold the rope.
He like grabs a stick.
The rope. So I hand him the rope.
Oh, the rope!
Yes. if somebody does this, I tug on it, you have to pull it back up. Yes, but all the way. Keep going.
And he just like flails it
Yes,
around.
better than nothing. I think that might be as good as it gets.
Yeah. Mac, mate. Depending on you. Alright.
Patricia would really appreciate it.
Patricia don't appreciate nothing.
She would if you get jewelry out of it.
You two do your best. Godspeed.
All right.
Right.
Cool. So you jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can both go all the way down. You have no problem breathing. On the way down, there's no need for breaking concentration
Okay.
or anything like that. So you get to the bottom. You don't have dark vision.
I don't.
So
No.
it is really dark when you get
Okay.
down there. You'll be able to see what's going on though.
I'm just kind of like messaging to you like, it's very dark and I cannot see very much.
You're just gonna like feel him grab your hand.
Okay. All right.
And
that makes sense.
Cool. So when you get down, you make it all the way down. It is 150 feet down.
Oh, that's it.
So
We're at the end of the rope.
you can't make it the last 10 feet on this rope.
Okay.
You can, but you can't see.
Okay.
So what you see is, like I said, like the bed of this pit is all bones.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to, we'll call it just another perception, and to see like what kind of bones and stuff.
Sweet, my boy. 22.
22 again? Cool. All kinds of bones. Like there are bones that are clearly from like big fish, like maybe like sharks and stuff like that. Smaller fish bones, human bones. Just like there are some bones that don't really make sense. Like there's like bones that would be of like a bigger animal, but not necessarily like one that would be in the sea. So like there's just like there's tons of stuff here that doesn't really make sense, but like just every type of bone is down here. And then there is like a bit of clearing in the bones right in the middle, and that's where the jewelry box sits.
Okay.
That looks like the danger zone. Me doing this means I'm sending message.
Yes,
Just to be clear. Me pointing.
Later, if you want me to easily grab it, I can just untie the rope.
I think it's better if you keep that rope on. Direct me. Because
Okay.
worst case that happens, if it looks like whatever was touching these things got pushed back so there was a clear space around it, so there's something there. Worst case, if I go unconscious, you can still find me and bring me up. If it's the reverse, I won't be able to find you.
Alright. Straight down.
Okay. I let go of your hand. And I'm ready to like try and cast. Oh, can I describe? Is it like on? Is it on the floor? Like is it on?
It's like
Stand?
Is it like stuck in the sand a little bit, or is
It
it
looks
just,
like it's just sitting there.
it's just sitting there? It's just sitting on top of the sand, and
Like
this.
there is like a bit of sand kind of on
Yeah.
the sides, like it's been there for a while,
Yeah.
but it's not like buried
Yeah.
or anything like that.
And there seems to be kind of like a clearing around it. So if you stop feeling bones and you start feeling,
Yeah.
soft sand.
Okay, I'm gonna try and touch down where the bones are first. Ugh. All right.
Cool. So you feel bones.
I hate this.
And then, so are you just kind of like gradually moving your hands over?
I'm going to have my spoon out and kind of like nudging
And
things
okay.
out of the way.
So you're nudging bones, and you kind of like, as much as you can with the pressure, it's going to be blocking a lot, but you are kind of hearing like bones kind of like.
Yeah.
As she's doing that, can Dietrich look and see if there's like any traps around, anything?
Do an investigation.
I've been rolling so well with this dice, I know that like if I keep doing
I
it. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, you're so far.
Wait, that was a lot of reveal for a not great number.
Yep. 7.
7? You don't see any traps.
Okay.
I'm going to message up to Dietrich. How close am I?
Gauging from it, is she like getting closer or?
I don't know really how far. We'll say if you wanted to start at the bones, then you would have angled yourself. So she's probably 5 feet away right now.
Alright. About 5 feet. If you move to your left a little and then kind of move forward.
Is it right ahead of me?
Yeah.
I'm going to... If I cast Shape Water again, will that break my concentration?
It will break.
Okay,
yes.
so
Yeah.
my initial idea was to try and, like, move it with Shape Water. But I think that's fair that I'm consistently using Shape Water for this, because this is already stretching what it is. I want to kind of, like, hit it out of that zone, so I don't necessarily have to immediately touch it, but I also can't see it. So I'm just trying to see what can I do. Oh my gosh, can I use Prestidigitation to cast a shower of, like, to just kind of, like, do a glowing light in the area? Because it says that with Prestidigitation I can create a harmless instantaneous sensory effect, like a shower of sparks. Obviously we're underground, so I could, like, light up the area more. But it depends on what you want to
Sure.
Because this isn't a concentration
It's not going to be very
spell.
well lit, but
That's
it will at least show you the outline of where the
Dim light.
box is.
Alright. I think I have never used this underwater, so I'm gonna see if this works. Okay. Oh! Cool.
Yeah, so still very murky under there, but you do at least see the silhouette of the box.
Alright. Okay, I'm going to... So I have this spell. It's called Gust of Wind. How would that mechanically work underwater? Would you like me to read it? Because there's
What
nothing
level
our
would
viewers
you
like
be?
more. It would be a 2nd level spell. And I only have 3 levels of spell.
2nd level, I would say you could...
I also didn't have a long rest, so I'm also missing one of my spell slots for 2nd level,
Yeah.
so...
I would say you could move the box. You're not going to be able to bring it right up to you, but you can shift it and maybe get it like a little bit in the air.
Okay. Because it's a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, and it's going to blast into the direction I choose.
Yeah, so it's
And
going to
then-
stir up the water.
Typically, it has to do a strength saving throw, but this is a thing, so
Yeah.
unless there's something magic to it, it
Um,
could move 15 feet away if I'm successful.
I'm going to say since it's underwater,
Yeah.
we'll make it half that.
Okay.
So it still can move 7 feet, which you are
Okay.
there.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind underwater in that area to try
Okay.
to push it.
Am
Roll.
I still a bubblehead?
I'm going to tell you, it's not a Oh, it is a concentration. I can't use it. I can't use
Okay.
it. It's a concentration spell. I'm not going to
Okay,
risk it.
never mind.
I'm like, so I had this idea, and then I was like, you know what? If I do that, I'm pretty sure your air bubble's gonna break. So I'm not going to do that.
And that's going to be a lot of sudden pressure on your head.
Yes, I wouldn't do that. That would be bad. I'm sorry. I had to think this through before I did it. Thank you for noticing. It was a concentration spell. I would have told you.
No, I was
Yeah.
genuinely, I was
Yeah.
ready to not be a bubblehead.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you want to go up and then I can try this now that I can kind of see?
I don't really want to leave you alone. But if you think it's the only way you can do something, I can swim up.
I'm just scared of what's going to happen if I touch it. Because clearly something deadly happens.
That's a good assumption.
There's an empty ring and then a bunch of bodies. I'm just assuming.
Sure.
Alright, go up. I'll wait till you're up there. You can leave the rope if that makes you feel better.
Okay.
And I'll try to make it to tug.
Yeah, so he's gonna untie himself from the rope.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna swim up a bit just so that like the bubble doesn't immediately disperse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's gonna
Yeah.
climb up the rope. Swim probably. I don't
Cool.
think he super needs.
I'll
to.
swim until he gets to the air, and then I'll go back down.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't know that he would go all the way back up though.
You have to get air. You have to get air.
But I think he would hold his breath for as long as he could to make sure she was okay.
Okay, if you want to do that.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait, and then I'm gonna wait while he's pausing underwater and be like, Dietrich, I need you to go up.
I know, but if something happens, I can't see you. And if you can't reach the rope in time, then I won't know.
I have message, and it's 120 feet. Oh, sorry, I wouldn't know the mechanics of that. I can send you a message, and I'm sure it's gonna reach all the way up.
Okay. Don't let anything happen to you.
I'll try my best.
So
Go back.
swim to the shark.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna swim to the bottom, land on the bones, and I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind on the box to push it off to the side into the bones and off of the like ring area.
Okay. So you do that, and it moves, and it goes.
Goes into the bones.
It goes into the bones.
What happens?
But
I'm
everything,
ready to
so
swim
like
up.
you're almost starting like almost a little whirlpool under there.
Okay.
So
That makes
the
sense.
bones are getting tossed up and everything too. So everything's kind of
Oh.
going around. I'll get you to do. I guess it would be a dexterity. Do a dexterity check.
Okay. Is this athletics, acrobatics,
Athletics, if
dexterity
anything.
saving throw?
It's not a saving throw. I'm just gonna call it a straight dex check.
12.
12? Okay, so as it's like whirling around, the box kind of comes at you and you try to catch it, but you don't quite get it. But as everything is whirling around,
Mhm.
never mind, you don't have dark vision.
I don't. Well, I
so-
passed the like dim light, but that's all.
Yeah, it's not
necessarily,
like. So you do that, and as far as you can tell, nothing happens.
Okay, I missed the box, but it's out.
Do you want me to come back down?
You are more than 120 feet away.
I am. You're right. But
Oh,
I
so
don't.
he doesn't
I
get
mean,
it.
I'm sure I don't know the actual.
Yeah, you would send it
amount,
up.
Right?
You
I'm
will hear
sending it up. I don't know. Yeah.
He's like
Just
he's like
radio,
peering
just
over.
radio
he's like,
silence to you.
I'd like to try and like grab the like swim up to where the rope is
Okay.
to just kind of like signal because like I did what I meant to do and then I still want to confer. So
Okay. Even though you don't have dark vision, give me a perception check.
I don't know what's going on. There's a lot going on. It was a 3. That doesn't matter what I'm gonna add to it. It's, perception is 1. It's
Okay.
a 4.
So you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get
Swimming
you to do
through
some.
bones.
I'm gonna get
It's
you to
gross.
do some things.
Okay.
And you're not gonna know what's up until you find out.
Okay.
So just a straight d20 roll on your way up. Did you tug on the rope?
If you allowed me to make it and nothing pulled me down.
Were you right at the bottom pretty much when you did this gust?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so you're not at
close.
the rope quite yet.
Okay. I rolled a 17.
Okay, you make it to the rope.
Okay.
And so you can tug.
Okay.
So you're at the very bottom. You made it 17 feet up,
Okay.
and you tugged.
Okay.
Now you can roll again, and you can add a strength roll to this.
Okay.
And then you guys put that together.
Okay.
Oh, boy, it's not sure.
I'm not strong. Is it a strength saving throw?
No,
No, just strength. Okay.
10.
and yours is just a straight
Yeah.
roll.
I have a -1, so that's 5.
No, like just straight d20, not strength or anything.
Oh, so I don't add anything to it.
No,
It's a
so a
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So you tied. On your way up, you feel something hit your feet.
Oh, I don't like that. It's a bone.
And not just hit your feet, it was like something just chomped and just missed you. But
Faster! Dash!
So you are in a race right now with something. So what it is, because you have the rope, if you didn't have this, it would just be your rolls against my rolls. But, so it's your straight d20 roll, added to your strength, versus my roll.
Okay.
And we're going to do this until you get to the top. I need to map this out.
Cool. And you said that I have my full speed, so it's 30 feet.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say this thing that you're racing
Probably that.
has the same speed as you underwater.
Oh my gosh.
So it is
like that.
just a straight up whoever
I mean, it's
rolls
an
higher
aquatic creature, I
kind
would
of thing.
expect.
I just need to...
A panic boy. Punchy boy is now a panic boy.
Cool. So we'll go again.
Okay.
Could
have been an 18.
So good,
Could've been
but
an
it was so bad. I'm sorry.
I rolled a 5. It's gonna be
20.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So... Okay. Go again.
I was so
Okay.
startled. I was just like, what's happening? What is happening?
You're terrified. Together, that is 21.
Cool.
Well, I did better this time.
I didn't.
Oh no!
20 together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get chomped.
So you make it up that 20, you're seeing the lights.
Can I see what's beneath me?
Not quite yet. So it is, as you're going, you're seeing the light, and you've been like, no problem getting away from this thing. But all of a sudden, you feel.
It's not a good
I
sign.
don't like
When
it.
DM does little jazz hands behind the DM screen.
Something chomps down on your
Oh!
leg, and you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's really not good. Alright.
That's a very low roll for the damage. So it chomps you and gets you, goes to open its mouth again, to bite you again. So you just keep swimming.
Yeah.
So it's just back to a race again.
Six.
All together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1, and I'm scared to tell you that, but it's also truthful. It's gonna lose a foot.
10 points of damage it gets you for.
Oh. How close am I to the surface?
What did you get there? 6? You are still a couple turns away from
Well, I
the
mean,
surface.
it makes sense I rolled a natural 1. I just got bit. I'm startled.
Yeah.
So there's clouds of blood in the water now.
Yes.
Can I see what bit me? I feel like it's an instinctive thing to look down at your foot.
You are getting, there's a bit more light in the water now because you're closer to the surface. You can't fully tell what it is, but you can tell that it is the size of this entire hole. Like its mouth, when it's coming down on you, is almost like the hole closing. And when it does close, you do see some eyes down lower. They're like really yellow, creepy eyes.
Oh no!
And that's really all you can tell right now.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to run this. How close am I?
You're 45 feet away from the top.
And 30 feet is my full speed. And if I dash in a check, I can make it.
I will say this to Dietrich. Mac has not been helping you pull.
Oh!
Okay.
Tell him to help!
He's a panic boy. He's going to like realize that she's not coming as fast as she should be,
Okay.
and he's gonna turn to Mac and kind of realize, I guess, what this is happening. Go like, Mac, mate, all hands on deck.
He's been like just drawing stuff in the sand, and he's like, oh no, and he runs over and he now grabs the rope too. So you now have his rolls as well. He's not the strongest, but he is another hand.
Okay, let's keep going.
Sweet.
What'd you get?
17.
Okay, plus 13, so 30.
30.
No, it's not enough.
But it's not enough.
I'm gonna get
Mac got a nat 1.
Mac!
Mac!
So he, as you're pulling, he like tries to put all his weight into it, and like the sand below his feet just kind of go. So he just then like hanging
sliding down
and like grabbing onto it.
Oh, Mac.
But it doesn't catch you, so you're still good.
Okay, how close am I now?
You're 15 feet away.
Okay, one more time. I rolled a 19, what'd you get?
5.
So
Well,
18
no.
plus 5, plus whatever Mac got.
Okay. He only got a 2.
Mac! Pull your weight.
Which actually only
Pull
1,
my
because he has a
weight.
-1 to strength. But you still make it out.
Okay.
And this
It's just
thing,
scrambled up, bleeding.
did not make it.
Does
So-
it come to the surface though?
You get
Can we see
out.
what it is?
And as you get out, before it goes and makes its other movements, everyone roll initiative.
Oh. Dietrich! He's been through a lot. I have a question. Does the pea have healing properties?
We don't
You
have an
can try.
identify. We don't have an identify spell.
Well, it wouldn't identify with the pea. I'm just thinking maybe I could pour it on your leg like a jellyfish.
We can talk about this later. I'm sure prestidigitation would work much better.
Nope.
Nope. Max P, an actual serum.
Okay.
Bottling and selling it.
So who got what?
I got a 20. And not a nat 20, a 19 plus my 1 initiative.
Okay.
Alright, 10.
10? Okay.
Panic boy. What's Max initiative?
Never
We'll
going.
find out.
Negative 1.
His initiative is just 0.
Running away. He is a rock. We thought he was just talking to rocks, but he's actually just a rock.
We've actually
You're both insane.
We drank some seawater. It did some bad things.
We drank Max P.
Oh no.
It's not even the wine.
Okay, while I'm writing this down, Ilayda, you're first.
Okay.
So I'll let you do what you want to do. You still don't see this thing, but you know it's coming.
Okay. I'm going to move back as far as I can from the pit. And I'm going to prepare an attack
Okay.
if it makes an aggressive move towards any of us.
Okay.
So I'm going to move back as far as I can. We're on here, and there's only like 20 feet, which is less than my full movement. But I also was just pulled out of the water. Oh, but that was on the previous turn. So yeah. So
Yeah, no, you're fully out.
I go to like the edge of the island. Because that's about 20 feet. It's a very thin little ring.
Cool. So an attack if it attacks?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I think even if it just came out, I'd attack. But
Do it that way?
yeah.
Okay.
If it comes, I know it's attacking me, so
Okay,
I'm not
cool.
gonna wait to reason with it.
Awesome. So, that is your turn. It is next. So, as you back up, the water starts to kind of ripple away and get rough. And then water just erupts into the air, and through it, a gigantic sea serpent. Some of its body is still underwater, but it towers up like 50 feet in front of you and kind of curls its body and like hisses and kind of like
Oh!
does its little
Oh, I don't like
thing.
that.
But you ready that
Yes,
attack?
I'm going to.
Let's see, what can do the most damage? I want this thing to die.
Sound like that.
I'm going to.
Get your stats up here.
I'm going to use a sorcery point so I can cast. Oh, I'm gonna have to use 2 sorcery points to cast a spell twice. At 3rd level, I'm going to use Ice Knife.
Okay.
So I create a shard of ice, fling it at the creature. It's been a while since I've used this. And then if I hit, it takes 1d10 piercing damage. And then the shard explodes.
Yeah.
And then it has to do a dexterity saving thing. So let's see if I hit it first.
Okay.
That's plus my 6 spell attack. So that's 17.
Hits.
Okay. So then 1d10. It might be more because I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Probably.
When you cast a spell at a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the cold damage increases by 1d6. Okay, so it does not add to the piercing damage. So I still only did 3 piercing damage, but it's the subsequent damage.
Just
that
3,
might
you
be
said?
more. So just 3 piercing damage, but
And
it's
then
the
it'll
cold
make
damage
the-
that might be bad.
What does it have to save?
It has to beat my save DC of 14.
It does not.
I mean, it's so big. It'd be really weird if it managed to dodge out of the way. It's giant.
Okay, so then I can grab that d6 and then. Oh wait, I already get 2 d6 and then I get an extra d6 for each subsequent level. So that's 20 damage. 20 cold damage.
Cool. Awesome. So this thing, as you do that, kind of like rears its head up and lets this weird, like, snakes don't make this sound, but it lets this kind of like screech out sort of thing. Gets itself together again and squares and looks right at you, and then it's going to lunge and take a bite at you.
I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Okay, well, I might. Goodbye, everyone.
Enjoy living on the island with Mac if you continue to
It
live.
gets you 15 points of damage.
Oh, I'm looking real grim right now.
And that is its turn. So we're at Dietrich.
So if it's stretched across, like, to hit Ilayda, I have a shot on its, like, neck area?
Yep.
Okay, so he is going to pull out his short sword, actually. And he's going to try to hit it.
Sounds good.
Natural 20.
Nice.
I don't know what my short sword does.
It's the same as your one-handed quarterstaff.
My third shot is... Oh, that's good.
That is a canvas today.
So... It is... Wow. Nice crit. It's 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to strike it again.
Yep.
So that is...
Wait, I cast that spell twice.
Sorry, we
Yeah,
can go.
yeah.
We can keep going, but I.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you twin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry,
No.
I'm interrupting your thing.
No,
Once these rolls are done, we'll get you
I'm
rolls.
taking a breath, and I just got attacked, and then I cast it again. So sorry.
So 27 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
9 points of damage. Flurry of blows.
Yep.
Take 2 more strikes at it. Oh, that's not one. 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
And 21 to hit.
That hits.
And that does another 9 points of damage.
Cool.
When he does...
I'm just picturing just like slapping this long neck.
I guess
Yeah, I know.
when he does this, he's going going to try to stunning strike it.
Okay.
Which is stupid because it's a Constitution saving throw, but I'm gonna try anything.
Okay. What's he beat?
It's gotta be a 14.
Does not.
Oh! So he misses his next turn.
Cool. It's cool. So you, as this thing bites at Ilayda, you charge forward with your sword, slash it right down the neck, and then in its wound, manage to get a couple punches right where it's weak. So it definitely feels it and is letting out screeches again. And then with your final blow, you kind of like Superman punch it right in the head. And you see this thing kind of like, its eyes don't really move, but you can kind of see that like it's not focusing on anything anymore. It's pretty dazed. Cool.
To be specific, I had cast a quickened spell, which is a sorcerer feature for my font of magic. So I'm just want to be specific about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
so
forgot
is it
about it.
both?
I still have to roll to see if I hit, because technically what the quickened spell does is that I get to cast it like a bonus action.
Okay.
Essentially.
So you're doing the same thing. So there's going to be the
I have to
explosion
roll to see if I
and
hit
everything.
it. Then I get piercing damage, and then if it doesn't succeed on its dex save, then I can
Okay.
do
So it's
cold
the same
damage.
thing. Okay,
So.
cool.
So that's 16 plus 6.
Hits. Yeah.
Yes, I mean that's gonna hit. But then piercing damage. So it's 5 piercing damage. And then oh yes, yeah. But if you don't,
And it was.
it was
14.
No, that's mine.
no, mine is also
Oh,
14.
okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
So then it's 16 cold damage. With the ice shards just like hitting it.
Awesome. Matt. Cool. Mac's turn.
He gets advantage on anything he does.
Okay.
Because it is stuff.
So he's going to run up with a stick.
Thank you, Mac.
Thank you.
He's being very brave. I didn't expect him to run away.
Good thing he has advantage. And he comes up and whacks this thing for 2 points of damage.
Little words of encouragement. Dietrich's just gonna say, I'll use a stick too, Mac.
His is like a twig almost, and really the damage, because like this stick is pathetic, the damage comes from him accidentally, since his aim is so bad, he hits it with his hand as he's trying to swing down on it. And then he immediately runs as far away as he can.
Fair. I'm surprised he did that much.
And then we're back to Ilayda.
I am so hurting right now, but I don't dare run away because that's an attack of opportunity.
No, he's done.
Oh, he's stunned. But I mean, he's still long enough that no matter where I go on this island, like, anywhere I go on this island, he's.
I will say,
Yeah.
on top of his stun, he's looking pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna continue to use ice knife,
Cool.
and I'm gonna use my. This is the last sorcery points that I can use in this battle. That's it. But
So
I'm
you
gonna
do
try to do the same thing, quicken.
2.
And then I'll also be adding my 3rd level spell slots as well. But I'm
Cool.
going to cast ice knife again.
Sounds good.
Same thing. So that's 19 to hit.
Hits.
Cool.
You got advantage.
I mean, am I gonna
Check
get
for a
better
crit.
than
You may
just
get a
check?
crit.
I did not get a
Nope.
crit. It's good. I did 1 piercing damage. One whole one.
Fire.
But I'll hopefully roll full damage if it doesn't succeed on its dex save, so it has to be 14, which it might. Oh yeah, so it stuns, it gets disadvantage? Is that how that works, or just doesn't?
Doesn't matter. Hopefully
Oh,
this didn't
okay,
make
well.
it.
Not so much this time. I mean, I'm bleeding out a lot, guys, let's be. That's only 9 cold damage this time.
Cool. And then do
I'm
it
going
again.
to. Oh yes! And, oh, thank goodness for that advantage. That's 18 to hit.
Hits.
9 cold damage. Sorry, 9 piercing damage, and then you do the dex, but you're stunned. You could sway out of the way accidentally. I don't know.
It succeeds.
Oh,
even with this
even
advantage
with?
on this one. So it's like your first one like rolls it over enough.
I just put down my.
It still takes half though, right? If it succeeds.
Yes, you're correct. So let's see. 7 cold damage.
Ooh, this thing
It's looking beat up.
is grasping for life.
Okay. Serves you right.
I haven't used my move yet.
Okay.
Yeah, since it has stunned, I'm gonna move back as much as I can.
You go join Mac with the.
I'm gonna join that little island hut. I'm not actually gonna hide in the hut, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back my
Yeah,
full 30 feet
cool.
if I can.
And then it doesn't get its turn. Because
Nice.
That's
stays.
amazing.
But it does snap out of it.
Yeah.
But.
So it doesn't.
What?
Because it's the end of mine next
Oh, it's in your next turn.
So I
okay,
get advantage
so
on all my strikes.
it is still dazed.
So I will. 18 to hit.
Is this for your short sword again?
Sword. 8 points of damage.
Cool. So you raise, like after you kind of like roll it on its side with your knife, you bring your sword up, swing down, take off its head.
Whoa.
It's dead. The rest of its body flumps back down into the water.
Ew.
The water is now almost all blood. Not almost all blood. There was a lot of
Just
water
like
in there.
covered in blood, like.
Yeah, and this big snake head is laying with its mouth open, tongue hanging out on the beach.
Ew. Are you alright?
Am I alright? Are you alright?
I'm bleeding a lot, but I don't know how much is my blood and how much is the snake's.
He's just gonna kind of like drop his sword and like pat you to like see if you're like.
I think I'm in shock. Alright,
Are you okay?
I'm gonna start cleaning myself with prestidigitation.
Mac!
Yeah?
Do you got any like leaves or like is Patricia a nurse?
Nah, she's not very motherly. I do have some seaweed.
No, it's fine. There's another shirt in the boat that I'm gonna tear into pieces and like use as bandages for my feet.
Sounds good.
Okay. I don't have healing powers, but I could do a medicine check on
Yeah,
myself.
do a medicine. We'll see what you get.
Mac, how did you not know that something like that was living in there?
It never came up.
I didn't want a little snack, not once.
It had things going down.
Sorry, I've had a time.
This is the best day of my life.
Aww.
Thank you, Mac, for all your help. You did a real load of
I
damage.
did what I could. You
You
see
did.
me take off its head?
I did.
You're giving it way too much.
Matt goes over and just starts like slapping and like playing drums on the head and doing this weird dance thing.
Ilayda, do you think I was the only thing down there?
Let's maybe sleep on it before we try to get it, just in case.
Alright. I can go next time.
Well, we're both going. Let's try and see if this blood clears up from the tunnel from the sea a bit.
Okay.
I rolled a 12 for a medicine check, so I'm just like kind of stabilized and not bleeding out anymore, basically.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And then you guys are gonna just rest up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna take a
Cool.
long rest. I'm super
You doing
beat
short
up.
rest or long rest? Long rest? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you guys spend the night sitting with Mac and his various rocks and coconuts.
I'm gonna offer to clean Mac.
Sure, he fully lets you. He's
He was like,
"No."
is
He's
Nat
like,
in
that
here?
would
Is it,
be
like,
great.
all
And he
full?
stands up and like takes his seaweed underwear off and just like stands there.
I'm just cleaning wherever.
I feel like I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, that's fine. He's super clean now. He's cleaner than he's been in a long time.
Now that he is clean,
Yeah.
he asks one of you if he can borrow like a dagger or a blade or anything so he can finally try to shave.
Yeah, you should offer him yours. Mine aren't good for that. If he nicked himself, it'd be real bad.
Okay. Here you go.
Cool. He is going to shake.
I'm not much for
He does not do a good job.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably like.
It's like it's a lot less. He doesn't get it down to like where he wanted to, and it's like uneven. But it is a lot shorter. And he does. I'm gonna do a separate roll for his hair. His hair, he gets pretty short, and he manages to like get some water and like seaweed goo and like put it back, and like you can tell that like he's kind of a good-looking older guy, but like
Silver fox snack.
he's had a rough life. Like he's still very malnutritious.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
skinny bones.
How long have you been on this island? How old were you when you came here? Perhaps is a better question.
Well, it was
How did you come to be here? Tell us your story. We've got all night.
carry the two.
You can't count. What's he
Maybe this is an easy.
I wasn't gray when I got here.
Yeah.
And then, as you're sitting around the fire with you, he tells you all sorts of different stories, some of which are, like, clearly not true, and, like, he's just lost his mind, and he's talking about all these things that have happened on this island with his friends.
I feel like this is therapeutic for him, though. I'm just gonna let him
But
talk.
he, like, talks your ears off all night. The one thing that he does tell you that you can tell is true, that same as kind of what happened to you, his ship got destroyed in a storm. He washed up on this island with nothing, and he's been there ever since. And there have been people in and out, but no one has ever given him the time of day or offered him a way off this island.
Oh, that's so sad.
This is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's, I made the best of it. I got my friends, they're all I need.
Friends are good.
Friends are the best.
Mac, we're gonna get you off this island. Patricia too, and Frederick, and you.
Rocks weigh a lot.
Fuck them, I'm sick of these people.
Well, if they like it here.
I mean, it's their home. It's where they grew up.
It's true.
I guess so.
Not everyone wants to stay in their hometown, but, if that's where they feel comfortable.
So tell us, Mac. Do you have a secret story? Are you I don't know, pirate captain or something?
I ain't no captain. I was on a ship. I was just the janitor on the ship. I cleaned up. I made it look nice.
I mean, you've already cleaned yourself up. You're a pretty good-looking guy.
Why, thank you. I didn't really pay attention purposefully to what the rest of my crew did. I think maybe they were pirates and they got up to no good. But whenever they would come with new items or when they would go to port, I just purposely turned the other eye and didn't ask many questions.
We have to do some things like that to survive, and I
You
understand.
do what you gotta do to survive. Sometimes you gotta drink your own urine. Sometimes you gotta kill a newborn child. You do what you gotta do.
Did you kill a newborn child? Did you kill a newborn child?
Not that I remember. I'm just saying these are
I'm going.
things.
Can I use detect thoughts to see if that's true?
Hold
Hold on, let me see if I have the spell slots for it. That's very disturbing. Yup. I'm gonna use detect thoughts.
Yep.
I'm gonna go in there. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Cool. Are you going deep?
Yeah. I think I have to. It's a concentration spell. I can just immediately listen to his surface thoughts. He has to be at a 14. If he resists, he could choose not to resist, and I would be able to see his thoughts.
I don't think he would put up any fight.
I don't think so. I
you
hope
go
not.
into his mind, and it is like you can't make sense of what's happening in here.
Are there any memories
but
about
you
killing a
see
newborn child?
A memory of him splitting open
Coconut?
a little coconut.
Oh.
And And then afterwards, like crying to his knees and like holding up the coconut.
It was a baby coconut. It's okay.
And eating it. So like that's what he did to survive. Is he killed the baby coconut?
Oh, I hug him. I give him a hug. It's okay, Mac.
He like at first is just like totally expressionless, and then the longer you hug him, he then just like folds into you and starts like just bawling.
Oh.
So that is your night. And then so again, he for the rest of the night continues to tell just crazy stories that like some of which could be from his life before, but a lot are like
even with a deep dive, I'm not sure.
Even he's not sure at this point.
I understand.
Like, he remembers things, but he does it, whether it's something his mind made up or something that he actually experienced.
Yeah.
Even he doesn't know.
Okay.
Cool. And then you.
This isn't exactly how I
Sleep on the sand.
spend the night.
Well, I'm also gonna change out of my wet clothes and go back into my regular clothes. Yeah.
Cool.
I imagine I would have dried off some of the time.
Yeah. I mean, it was still daytime when you went down there, so like you still had lots of sun to dry off with.
Dried the wet clothes.
So yeah, you're good to just have your long rest and wake up the next morning.
Cool, we're sleeping on the sand, I guess.
If you're okay with that.
It's fine. We used to rough night.
Mac offers you his hut.
I do appreciate that, Mac, but I also have a sense of smell, so I am gonna stay out here.
I mean, that's fair. I don't really smell much anymore, but I can't imagine me being out here for this long. It's done anything for my glands. And then he curls it.
I am gonna lay down the 2 pairs of leather pants, though, and I'm gonna like sleep on that on the sand.
Cool.
Should we take watch? Different watches?
Probably. You know, big snakes can come out of this water.
Oh, I can't believe that happened.
I'd like to get back to my friends as soon as possible.
Me too.
It's not really how I thought I would spend my day. If I'm honest, I thought I would try on a few things. Thought about maybe cutting my hair, and then I realised I quite like my hair.
I like your hair.
So I thought maybe I wear like an eye patch or something. Or
I think that might be a bad idea to cut down on your vision when it's perfectly fine.
probably right. What would you say was the most noticeable thing about me?
Alright, we might want to disguise. I was confused by what you were talking about. It's been a long day. Maybe your jacket? It's pretty colorful.
Maybe. I think she might still know what my face looks like though.
I mean, I've learned how to change myself over time. I'm sure I could probably help you out if you're ever in a blind.
Yeah, maybe, you know. I'm a pretty trusting person, Ilayda. I don't think Matt here's gonna shoot me in my sleep, but someone might.
Do you think I'm going to?
At first I did.
Put your hands in my soup?
Right. I probably would have deserved it.
I've had people do much worse to me. So,
I'm sorry.
you want to take first watch?
Yeah, I could do that. You probably need sleep more than I do.
Thanks. I'm gonna go to sleep.
And take first watch.
Cool. Yeah, you make it through the night. There's nothing happening. The next morning you wake up, Mac has tried again and did a much better job. He comes out pretty clean shaven.
Nice.
Like there's still scruff, like he couldn't quite get there.
You don't have like soap to like
yeah,
with.
But he was
Dietrich
determined.
just
Once he got that blade, he's been like his beard's been driving him nuts for years. So he got he tried to get it the next morning.
When he comes out, Dietrich goes, "Oh, morning, handsome."
You hear that, Patricia? Suck it! And he comes out and joins you guys.
You could try growing a beard.
I don't know if I can.
Fair. I'm gonna take my ponytail and I'm gonna like put it over his face. I think I prefer you without.
Wow, look who's handsome now.
Thank you, Mac.
I think I prefer you without one. This little baby face. All right, are we going into the water? How does the water look? Does it look bloody still? It's probably still pretty bloody. But
It's
like,
like it's cleared up a bit. There's still a little murk of blood in there, but
can we see this giant serpent body? That's headless serpent body.
no, it would be too far down for you to see it.
Oh my. Ew, it sunk to the bottom. That's
If
disgusting.
you make me a bubble face again, I can go.
I think, well, I have to stay with you to keep
Keep it up, so it sounds like we're both going down.
Well, I mean, you can come some of the way, and I can do the rest of the way without.
Let's go down together. I think the only reason we survived initially was because we first went down together.
Okay.
I'd like to do the bubble head thing again.
Mac.
Huh?
Rope.
Ah! And this time he goes to grab the rope and he like indicates to you like ah!
Right. Twice.
2 times. Cool. So he's ready.
I was gonna make a really bad joke that Dietrich would not make. Ignore me.
I know what joke it would have been.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys jumped out.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So with your dark vision, you can still see the water's bloody, so it's still just harder to see through.
Okay.
You guys go down. Rope tied to you again.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can swim fast. I can swim reasonably fast. No.
Cool. When you get down, you do notice the snake body is like curled up at the bottom and like so like there is a little bit of room on either side of it for you guys to like squeeze around it, but you like. Excuse me, sorry. You have to
It's
go
even
around
grossing
it. Like
him
it's, you have to like squeeze your way through it because it flumped to the bottom.
I can do it.
Let's both go. Oh yeah.
He's gonna untie himself.
Okay. So yeah, you guys go down.
Trying to like move this snake body.
Just roll a.
Are we helped by the water kind of lifting some of the weight at all?
Yeah, you guys can like together. You guys can kind of shift this
Okay.
thing around
Cool.
and stuff. Roll a. Just do a performance.
Sweet. I'm good at that. I'm gonna roll 1.
10.
Cool. You guys work together pretty easily and get this thing out of the way. So no.
I mean,
there's
let's
no,
see if you roll in that
I
one or
didn't.
something.
Oh.
I didn't, but I didn't roll great, but 9.
You're a
Nice.
performer.
Yeah. So you guys struggle, but like nothing bad happens. Like this thing doesn't flump down on
It's
someone's body and like
slimy.
pin you under there or anything like that. Like you guys.
Yeah.
It's takes some effort, but you manage to get down there, and you see the box sitting on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna grab it.
You got it. Yeah, you grab it.
Okay. And I swim to the top.
Cool.
All right, I
You
follow.
going too?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can you imagine there's nothing in it? It's just a jewelry case that's empty.
You get up, and you have a jewelry box.
Yeah.
Hi.
Are you opening that jewelry box?
Can I check and see if there's traps or anything?
Yeah. Give a investigation.
60.
16.
Yeah.
There's no traps.
I open it.
Easy. A bangle sitting in there.
Teacher kind of like scoops it out and he goes, for you.
I mean, I think we promised this to Patricia, but I think we better take it.
Mac just looks over. He's like, "Fuck Patricia, we're leaving that bitch."
It's true.
And he's just like, "You hurt me."
I'm not gonna put it on. I'm just gonna hang on to it.
Cool.
We got it.
I guess we're gonna make our way back. I know this is Mac.
Ah!
Do you have any experience with navigation? Nope. That's fine.
Roll a perception check. Mac will roll one.
I mean, I could roll detect
Ooh.
odds on.
Mac got a nat 20.
Oh,
Max got a nat 20.
Yeah. He's a new man.
20.
He just needed a shave and a clean.
Yeah.
He just needed some friends to talk to.
Mac looks out and he's like, well, who the hell's this now? This is a busy place these days. And he points out, and what did you guys get?
12.
12.
Both 12?
Yep.
You guys look to where he's pointing and you see a ship coming your way.
Is the ship we recognize?
Like a ship we like, or a ship that's terrifying to
With the 12,
We don't know. Mac, I want you to be cautious. Listen.
he got a nat 20.
Yeah.
He will explain to you what it
Yeah.
looks like. What he's explaining
Yes,
is
Mac,
the Lady
what does it
Tank.
look like? That's our ship, but do you think they got back in time?
I hope so. I hope everyone's maybe just looking for us.
Should we start a fire? Set up smokes. I know that there's someone here on this island.
Sure.
Oh, Mac, we've got to start a fire.
I'm on it.
All right.
He runs
I'm
over and
helping.
starts on a fire.
Yeah.
And that is the end of this episode.
Yay!
You didn't die. We got back.